Hey guys, it's Box here with another video, and today I'm joined with a special guest, Nalakins. Did you just... Today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing something different. I'm not singing.
What are we doing?
We are looking at the subreddit called r/entitledparents.
Oh no.
You know this subreddit, don't you, Nala?
What?
Do you know what the subreddit is?
I know how this is gonna end.
How is this gonna end?
See, there's two different types of way it can end. It can end really well or really bad.
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Why did I do that? That was stupid. Okay.
And what? Who?
Okay.
Sorry, tell a minute.
Okay, so this is the first one. Lady at McDonald's doesn't understand how fast food restaurants work. Okay, so EP is gonna be entitled parent and EK is gonna be entitled kid.
Jeez.
I've read a lot of these stories and I finally decided to make my own account and share my experience with one particular EP and EK. Okay, so a little backstory. I used to work at McDonald's when I was a teenager, and I'm also deaf, but I read lips. I developed bacterial meningitis and became fully deaf at the age of 12. I can still speak since I learned to speak before I became deaf, and most of the customers I got there were very understanding, except one. I was working front counter that day, as I usually did, so I was basically in charge of inside customers. It was the easiest positions for me, as I could see the customers and read their lips. A middle-aged lady and her 9 to 10-year-old son walked in, and I say, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's," while signing at the same time. She doesn't look up and looking down at her phone, so I can't see her lips and I can't understand what she's saying. So I explain, excuse me, ma'am, I'm deaf and I can read lips. Can you look up for me?" She rolls her eyes, and I clearly see she says, Why would they let a retard work at the front counter? Oh my god, this lady already.
Jeez.
I'm appalled by her behavior, but I just smile and say, "What can I get started for you today?" She starts to patronize me by speaking very, very slowly, which, fun fact, actually makes it 1,000 times harder to understand what you're saying. "I want a Diet Coke." Okay, is that all? And a Happy Meal toy. Now all
No, I was just guessing, sorry.
Now all of our drinks are $1 no matter the size, but you have to pay for a Happy Meal toy. We don't just give them out for free. I ring her up and she's shocked. She demands to know why I'm discriminating against her son and forcing them to pay for a Happy Meal toy. I really don't want to cause any trouble, and I wish I could say I told her where she could shove it, but I ended up just giving her the toy for free. I thought I avoided conflict, but oh boy, was I wrong! Nolly, you're gonna look at my face and you're gonna think, what the hell is she doing?
I think that every time I look at you.
Oh, dang! I told her the total was $1.06, and after she paid, I handed her a large cup and motioned for the guy behind her to move forward. She waves a hand in my face and points to the drink cup. "Yes, ma'am? You never got me my drink." Now, I just thought she didn't see the machines behind her, so I pointed to the drink machine and said, "Oh, there's a drink station behind you where you can fill up your drink." I kid you not, word for word she says, "That's your job. Do I look like I work for McDonald's?" Holy crap.
Jeez, this lady, I can't.
I know, right? My jaw hit the effing floor. I would have swore, but it's the F word. And that's the one word I will not say on my channel. because I don't
Oh.
want to get smacked by my parents. Fun
Okay.
fact, I actually said the F word once in front of my dad, and it took him a whole day to realize I actually said it.
Rude.
I never had someone be so rude in my entire life. I ended up telling her that when you come inside, you fill up your own drinks because of sanitary reasons, but when she kept on pushing at me, I ended up just using a drive-through drink machine to give her the Diet Coke. While making the drink, my coworker taps me on the shoulder, and this is the reason that he is in the shoulder, and this is the reason that this is in the EP tag. I see your son making fun of me to his mom by pretending to sign and just in general being a jackass. His mom didn't punish him or tell him off. Instead, she encouraged him and started to make fun of me with him. I went to the back and ended up bawling my eyes out. I felt incredibly embarrassed, and like I had made a fool of myself by having a disability. I turned in my 2 weeks notice about a week later and haven't worked fast food since. To everyone reading this, please be kind to people, especially your fast food workers. It's a tough job, even if you don't have any disability. And if you see people who have disabilities working and trying to make a living, please be patient and help us out by letting us do our thing and make us feel welcome. Thank you. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, I totally agree with that. You should be nice to everybody.
Michaela.
Yeah.
Michaela.
What?
Okay, hold on. I have a sentence for you.
Oh God,
okay.
I'm scared.
Today it was a mother who, upon being told by a lifeguard that they needed to be outside the buoys, responded, "Well, we need to leave town in 30 minutes, and they wanted to plan the docks. They aren't bothering anyone, except, of course, that they were, as they were about 8 years old, running through a swim class full of toddlers." Just think about that for a minute.
What? That hurt my brain. I'm sorry, that really hurt my brain. Okay,
wow.
Oh, geez. Okay, we're gonna do this one. I mean, it's gonna be short, but still. It's how EP almost killed my cousin. I'm gonna make it.
E.T. phone home? Who?
EP, entitled parent.
No, I know. I was making a joke.
No, I know, but... okay. Sorry, I'm also using my phone at the same time. Okay. Okay, we were in a public park with my family and my 3 cousins, who I treated as my siblings / BFFs. And one of them has very bad asthma and uses an inhaler. The woman across our table thought that my cousin's inhaler was a vape, and as she was known for being a heavy smoker in our neighborhood. The woman was disgusted when she looked at my cousin and took it away from him, which made him have an instant asthma attack. He vomits when he has an attack. The woman said he is acting to get it back, but when security was about to step in, she threw the inhaler in our way and ran. Luckily, the guards at the gate caught her, and my parents immediately pressed charges for burglary and attempted murder. She almost made my cousin drop dead in front of the whole family. The only reason I skipped that one part is because you guys probably didn't want to hear it, so... yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, the next one. EP wants me to get expelled, gets own son expelled. This was all 20 years ago. At this point, I was in 3rd grade, and we suddenly got a new restaurant, which we'll call CC. CC started attending our school. Oh, a new student. Did I say restaurant? I think I said restaurant. That was dumb. CC started attending our school in the middle of the year, and as you'd expect, he's quite shy from the new environment. Our school was a private school and didn't have that many students. As such, the teachers were very attentive towards us. Some roughhousing did happen from time to time, but physical bullying was a big no-no, which would involve the parents of both parties and the director of the establishment. So we were taught to all be friends and bar some mild, unfocused verbal bullying from some of the kids. Small children are horrible. Nothing bad ever happened. Back to our boy CC, he was shy and was already stated, but the class welcomed, as was already stated, but the class welcomed him, and by the end of the first week, he was already playing tag with us and everybody was cool with him. I spent a lot of time with him. I don't remember why or what we talked about, but he was seated next to me and we'd have a good time, as kids do, playing tag and football. I used to bring everyone to my place, and eventually CC was up. That day, my best friend from the neighborhood where I lived happened to come over. Everything got real tense. It happens that my friend knew him. He told me that CC was a huge liar and that he'd been expelled from his school. I didn't believe him, though he was my best friend at the time, since he too had a nasty habit of lying his teeth out. He used to tell me that he has Pokemon Silver and would always say, and always would forget to bring it over. I still cry at night because of this. I was really looking forward to play with that Silver that one time. The day went about without a fuss, and we managed to have fun despite my friend not liking CC. The day after, CC's mother, let's call her Mrs. C, called my house and told my mother that her son had been beaten by me, both at school and when he was at my place. My mother has always been one for lying low and was thoroughly infiltrated at me. I was slapped a few times, grounded for the rest of the day, even though my father had been keeping an eye on us and was out on my side. Apparently, the woman made such a fuss on the phone that my mother just didn't care. Then I confronted Cece, who didn't have the foggiest clue of what was going on about, and my 8-year-old self, having the attention span of a goldfish, quickly made up with him the next day. This incident happened twice more with the same result. The woman would also phone our house on random occasions and slander me and my mother on the phone, which would spark violent reactions from my mother. At this point, I had totally given up on spending any time with Cece, both during class and recess. I was also seated in another spot. The teacher probably also noticed that there was something strange going on, or probably had been asked by Mrs. C in a parent-teacher conference. There was a fourth and final time when Mrs. C called, cursing our existence because her precious baby was all bruised. My father decided it was enough and told my mother not to worry about it. He went to the police and then to C's house. Turns out CC was as healthy as he could be, and that Mrs. C had a history of making the police come to her house. The call stopped, the school year ended, and a new one begun. A new kid joined us, Kay. He was tall and bulky and freaking intimidating for a 9-year-old, but most of all, he was a great guy. We quickly became friends, and Kay quickly befriended CC. In turn, I quickly reignited our friendship, and the three of us were the best of pals. At some point, Kay stopped talking to CC. I can only guess CC or his mother were back to their usual antics. The year eventually ended and Kay left the school. Next year, though, is where our beef is at. I was still wary of CC's behavior and stopped talking to him beyond the bare minimum required. Sorry, I'm also texting friends while reading this. We had recess with the older kids, and they wanted the ball and the football pitch. Um, 8 out of 10 times, so we regulated to play stuff like tag, hide and seek, rock, paper, scissors, and the like. Our game of tag had a little extra rule. The place where we used to play had a fence, which had a really small step. If you stand on the top, you're clear. You could not stand on the safe zone for over 10 seconds. We counted those aloud, so it was anywhere between over 10 seconds to way too much time in the clear. The girls also brought the brilliant idea sorry. Like I said, I'm also texting friends, and one of them is being an ass. You know who you are. At some point, the girls also brought the brilliant concept of trying to kick whoever was trying to tag you when you stood on the safe zone. This was mainly so that you'd steer clear and give a bit of room so that you could dash off to the safe zone. Considered as giving a legs break to space. The teacher didn't like it much, but it was within the acceptable.
what? Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing
just saying
at...
in general, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm laughing at you-know-who because he's being weird and funny.
Which you-know-who? There's multiple of them.
You know which you-know-who!
The one that we talked about yesterday?
Yes, that you-know-who.
Wait, we talked about both of them yesterday.
Sorry. Let me go back.
Text me
okay.
which you-know-who it is.
Oh my god. Fine. That you-know-who. Okay.
Everyone loves a tic-tac, Dave.
What? Oh, speaking of, I have TikTok videos to show you guys. Yeah, that you-know-who.
You hold on, just wait.
What?
Just wait.
What? I'm showing them.
Okay, you're good. You're good, sorry.
What? No, I just showed them the video. I don't know if you can see, but those are all of my pops. Right there. I got some new ones. I'm totally getting distracted. Let me finish this subreddit. So here we go. CC was it. He had been kicked a few times by now and was still laughing and trying to get someone. He starts rushing for me and I dash for the fence, got in clear, and before I started counting, he gets as close to me as is physically possible. Naturally, I did the thing and started raising my leg. With the little space I had, I, in steady, lightly kneed him on the upper leg. Guy stumbles down and starts crying as if he had been seriously beaten. Teacher comes over, clams him up and down, tells me to come with her. I was scared shitless, since he and I had a history. I still remember my teacher going up the stairs saying, "This is going to be very complicated." When we got to the classroom, she told me to sit down on my desk and do the homework in the meantime. She was smoking near the window, looking outside and keeping her eyes on the kids of our class.
Oh my lord.
The principal comes in. Oh shit, God, I'm in trouble now. They talked next to the window. At some point, my teacher just bursts a, "Look at that!" out of nowhere. The semestrial parent-teacher conference was about to happen in a week. My mother attended. When she came back, she gave me the silent treatment, and I thought that my grades had gone down. You're watching a Ghostbusters thing, aren't you? Ghostbusters! The sun's strange. Yes, you are. I know that music.
No, I'm actually not.
You were. Had gone down.
It was an ad.
The next day, Cece was nowhere to be seen, and everybody was giving me a strange look. Someone even asked me if it was okay for me to be here, which confused me quite a bit. After a week, Cece came back, attended classes for a day like normal, was never seen or heard from again. I still don't know what happened. My mother had been angry at me for causing a scene for the whole week and refused to talk to me. I was later told that Cece had been expelled. Whenever his father attended meetings, everything was chill, but Mrs. C had been asking for mine and a number of other students' removal from the school. For 3 years, Cece had attended that school. When confronted at her last conference, she was being extremely vocal about it, and the director told her that whatever fabrications she or Cece were making were just that, fabrications, as they had observed him for a while, and his stories didn't fit. She apparently at some point pointed to my mother and told my teacher, "I want you to do something about your child, you bitch." The director promptly gave Cece a week of detention and asked for him to stop attending our school. He was given 1 day to say goodbye, which he didn't.
Oh, I still know what I'm gonna do next time I'm over at her house.
Anyway, guys, this video has gone on long enough. I'm going to post 2 more videos today. I'm gonna try to at least. So yeah, if you guys want to read the Entitled Parents subreddit, I'll put a link in the description down below for you guys. Nala, do you still have your channel?
It's there, but I really don't post on it.
I'll still put it in the link in the description. And my TikTok and Instagram will be in the description down below too. So yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye! Don't know why I did that. Kind of meant it like a... I gotta do something, Nala, and I'm very sorry for it, and I'm sorry for my fans. Hit or miss. I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't kiss ya. Mwah. He go find another girl, and he won't miss ya. He go skirt and hit the jab like Wiz Khalifa.
I'm so proud of you.
No, you don't know what I did. Oh my god. Oh god, why did I do that?
Hit or miss.
Bye, guys.